This might be foolish, I'm doing this in the round, meaning I'm turning around. I hope none of us throw up because of this. This is the new intro to my show. I'm so happy you're here. And welcome.
And welcome. Well, first of all, thank you for being here, whether you're watching live or in the future. I'm really, really happy you're here, like for realsies. And somebody is already checking in. Ooh, Shannon's here. Okay, let's just get to it, Shannon. You know what that means. Yeah, you can't possibly have a great week unless you get your theme song, right? Here you go.
Shannon is here. Hey, Dr. Shannon.
Hey! And so okay. You know, when I'm setting these up, there's a bunch of things I'm supposed to remember, and I didn't remember that this time to unloop it. Good story. Okay, thanks for being here, Shannon, and the incomparable Yvonne is here. So, you know what that means? She says, "Good morning, all. Let's get her theme song." Here you go.
Yvonne is in the house. Check her out.
Okay. I don't know why it's not very loud on my end. Maybe, okay. Never mind. Okay, so welcome to Magic Mondays. So let's go ahead and, oh, one moment. And Coop is here on standby. He's the Andy Richter to me, Conana O'Brien. So, yay. So Coop is here and we'll check in with him in a moment or probably several moments. So, wow. I'm feeling extra ungraceful today. I know that's kind of every week, but bear with me. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and smudge the space while I am playing my theme song, care of, that's right, Artica Productions, as soon as I can find it. Oh my goodness. StreamYard keeps adding extra doohickeys and it throws me off now every week. Anyway, now that I've complained a little bit, welcome to my show and my beautiful theme song. Here we go.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Coley.
Okay, I'll have you know that I just got some soot on my finger, but this week I repeat, I'm not going to make a really lame mustache with it. Yeah. So sorry if that's what you tuned in for. Okay, let me just put this out. In case you're wondering, I'm using Palo Santo wood, which is my favorite smudging stuff. Well, sage is great too. Anyway, let's see what we have here. Yvonne says, we had a beautiful baby donkey last week. Wait, we had a beautiful baby donkey. Okay, well, I'm assuming we as the organization had a new donkey showed up. Sorry, like seriously, okay. I'm going to poof myself right now of where I was going to go. So she said, we had a beautiful baby donkey last week. Her name is Shannon. Oh, yeah. Okay. My brain wants to make her a little theme song, sort of like Shannon's, but no. Okay. Her name is Shannon. So I've been singing the Shannon song to her and she loves it. Oh, okay. That is super cute. Like, I can't get enough of this donkey stuff. It just sounds like the most lovely place to volunteer. And yes, the organization. Yvonne and her husband didn't have a donkey. Okay, that's good to know. And Shannon is laughing. Okay, well, that is awesome. And I love that you're singing that song. It's so cute. Okay, well, welcome to the week. Oh, I think part of a little bit why I feel a little extra thrown is, well, funny I say thrown. Okay, let me straighten my screen here. Well, Mondays. Okay, earmuffs if you don't want to hear about this. but I was doing my usual Monday morning coffee enema series while listening to a podcast and playing with the king, which is the game I play. I forget what it's called, but Dave calls it I'm doing my work with the king. Yeah. Anyway, and so as I was, okay, earmuffs, as I was releasing said series, so I was on the throne and I got a little thrown. Wow. Great with the wordplay, Colleen. Yeah, there was an earthquake. Yeah, like a full-on earthquake. I don't know what the magnitude was, but yeah, like the kind of earthquake where like I got several texts like, "Did you feel that? Like, are you okay?" Yeah. And I was listening to my podcast on a little speaker um, because I enema in style, duh. And yeah, and so all of a sudden I'm sitting on the toilet and and on my phone there was a text saying, earthquake, get under something and protect your life or something like that. It's like, whoa. And so I'm like, so I'm finishing up and like, ugh. And then nothing has happened since. I haven't felt any aftershocks or anything. Which, funny enough, you can have with enemas too, sometimes during the day. Yeah. But we all know that old iron sphincter here can hold her aftershocks if necessary. Wow. Okay. Well, this brings me to my sponsor this week. I really didn't realize how this was all going to come together so smoothly. So I'd like to welcome my sponsor this week, Hip Hip Bidet, for all your booty washing needs. Hip Hip Bidet. Okay. It's funny. One of the podcasts I was listening to was Working It Out with Mike Birbiglia, the comedian, and he had on Questlove. And they were talking about, I think, the documentary that Questlove made. I think Summer of Love. Is that what it's called? Anyway, and they were talking about Sly Stone, I think. Anyway, and now I forgot what was the connection of whatever I was going to say. I was listening to that. Wow. Well, welcome to my world. Damn it. Okay, I'm just going to once again blame it on the earthquake, even though this is just kind of how my brain works. Okay, and let's see. Okay, Saved by the Blanca. Oh, and Jenna. Ooh, okay, so let's go. I'm going to go with Jenna because she showed up first, but Blanca, I'll be right with you. Jenna says it was between 5.2 and 6.7 per news and Google alerts. At first, I didn't realize what was happening until my coworker shouted at me to get under my desk. Ooh, okay. Well, thank you for the update, Jenna. Yeah. Ooh, okay. Oh, yeah. So, Jenna, let's play you a theme song, but thank you for the report. Yeah, it's a little jarring. If you don't live somewhere where there's earthquakes, well, I guess that's kind of our big one. Well, fires too. Yeah, but I've experienced earthquakes my whole life, so they don't freak me out too much. And I was in the big one in, well, I was very little, but like 70, 71. Yeah. And I remember when that happened, me and my little brother, I only had one brother at the time, me and my little brother got in the big bed with my parents. We lived in the valley, which is the porn capital of the world. But anyway, we were living in the valley and we got in the big bed after the scary earthquake. And I remember I slept in a very strange way. It was the only way I could feel safe. Like being a kid is fucking weird. I'm just saying, like the things I look back on, I'm like, what? And I won't get into the position I was sleeping in, but somehow it's the only way I felt safe. Welcome to my weird world. Anyway, yeah. So Jenna, let's find you a theme song as we're rapidly approaching 11:11.
Jenna. Jenna is here today. Hey.
Hey. Thanks for being here, Jenna. And of course, as previously advertised, Blanca's here. Says, hello, Magic Monday people. Hello, Blanca. And you know what that gets you? Da, da, da. This and $5 will get you a bowl of soup. I think that was from Caddyshack. But anyway, Blanca, why am I not finding you? Oh, you're right there. Here you go.
Blanca, oh Blanca, thank you for showing up today. Yay!
Okay, and it's 11:11 on the West Coast, so let's just pick this cute dog picture that says "Be kind to yourself." So that's an order as you're making a wish. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, one moment. Shannon said, "Earthquakes are fun unless they're big." Yeah. So like nothing even moved as far as I can tell. Like I have a vase like on a narrow shelf, like over the stairs, and nothing happened. Anyway, but Shannon also says tornadoes are the scariest. Oh yeah, sign me up for earthquakes any day over like, oh my God, well, if you're my age or well probably anybody you grew up watching Wizard of Oz like I don't know if you remember like the Wizard of Oz when it would be on TV, not streaming, regular old TV. It was an event. Like I loved that shit. And flying monkeys, I love monkeys, but if they're flying, I am not interested. Do not sign me up for that. Yeah, I tornadoes, that's terrifying. um, Although growing up in elementary school, I believe from third grade through sixth grade, I was at a brand new school. So I got to be in the first class of the brand new school, and we were the Cypress Cyclones. And I remember like being a little kid and in the little kind of quad area seeing, I guess they call it a dust devil. And I'm like, are we having a cyclone? Anyway, good story. Yeah, so So yes, I agree. Tornadoes sound pretty fucking scary. Being part of a tidal wave, I think, would be kind of horrible. And we live like 10 miles from the coast. My parents are like a mile from the coast. If there was really a tidal wave, would something happen? Anywho, yeah. So, okay. Just marking out the things I hastily wrote down before starting today. Yeah. So, yeah, a lot is going on. I'm feeling less emotional overall. Well, unless I talk to somebody about something that really matters to me, and then I cry. But that's just kind of me. Um, Less misery, I'd say, lately. I think I mentioned last week, like, wow, it's like as I'm moving forward, I believe what happens, or what author Gay Hendricks calls it, it's like I'm upper limiting, like as I'm expanding into unknown territory and having success. And then there's like a part of me that it's like self-sabotage on a subconscious level, because yeah, it's like this is the energy soup I've been swimming in, that's become normal. And when I try to go beyond that, it's like, oh yeah, that something will happen. And I'm so grateful for learning about this. The book is called The Big Leap, I believe, Gay Hendricks. And sorry, my 13-year-old boy brain wants to make something out of his name. Anyway, you can imagine how silly that is. Anyway, so, but when you realize, as he calls it, upper limiting, you can just call it self-sabotaging, because you are daring to grow. Yeah, and so I've been experiencing a great deal of upper limiting. And when you're aware of it, and when I'm aware of it, and I'm like, I notice like, oh, I felt so great. And then all of a sudden something happens and like everything feels like shit. Really? Yeah. So I'm wise to you now, upper limiting. And so what I do with that is I first recognize it, then I sit my ass down with my pendulum and I start asking questions about it. And I like to ask the question, well, first of all, I ask, okay, am I upper limiting? If I get a yes, then I go into his three or four most common barriers that show up for people. And I mentioned this last week, but I'm mentioning it again because it's really valuable to recognize, like, when you have this pattern that it's like, here we go again, I'm doing better, and then I fuck myself up. Um, and you might not see it as yourself fucking you up. It's like, oh, well, then this happened in my world. And this, well, you know what? You're the common denominator. Your energy is the common denominator of your world. So unless you clean up your world, what if we all cleaned up our worlds? Oh my God. Instead of just like, well, it's all out there. No, it's not. It's not. It's just out there to reflect back to you what you need to look at and clean up for yourself. And we each come into this classroom on planet Earth, which from everything I've ever heard from so many different places, it's like, yeah, our souls are itching to come to this classroom, even if it's to have the experience of, let's think of worst case scenario, AIDS baby, you know, or some kind of disability or whatever. It's like, that's part of our curriculum. Like, we sign up for that shit on a soul level, and we're here to learn our lessons, right? Yeah. And so paying attention to this upper limiting thing, like, I don't know about you, but one of the things that I hold dear is I'm in this thing to expand and explore. Um, yeah. And to feel better. I truly believe we did not come here just to suffer. That's bullshit. What kind of, and well, if you believe in any kind of a higher power, that's the higher power you believe in? That like wants us to suffer, or being here is some kind of punishment, and oh, when we get to heaven, that's where the good stuff is? Really? Like, why would it not be here? And what I've always heard is that when you're in this classroom, it's a really good way to speed up your soul's progress. It's an opportunity. So I'm asking the universe all the time, like, show me what I need to look at so I can keep moving forward, um, and go into this new territory of um, my love and magic mentoring program. And I got some really good clarity yesterday. So I figured I'd share that with you here in case this is for you. Um, I was thinking, based on my year-long mentorship with Mary Morrissey, which is so great. Like, I'm in the last quarter of my mentorship. Um, yeah, and I have to say, I'm still in it, but when a year comes up, I think we'll be complete, because man, have I learned a lot. And my whole life has changed. My outlook is even more expansive. I feel even more powerful, which we all have that capacity, which is what I want to share with you in my Love and Magic mentorship. And my big, I was talking to another person in the same Mary Morrissey program. She's a chiropractor, and the same kind of chiropractor that Dave is, an AK doctor. Man, those guys are smart. Those guys connect dots like crazy. And basically, we were talking, and she too is starting a life coaching business. And I was asking about the program she's creating, and she said she's starting with 3 months. And I told her I was trying to do a year, but I realized I had some kind of discomfort there. And it's one thing to ask people for money, which, if you're an early adopter, I'll tell you right now, you will get a bargain. And it's even easier now, if you'd like, because my awareness was, oh, with the early adopters, we're kind of creating this together. Like, you're helping me to form what I'm going to be doing for, God willing, many years to come. And so if you want to be in on that, I'll just tell you it's half price, and we're just going to do 3 months at a time. So that makes it a lot easier. So if this appeals to you, let me know. And basically, who I'm looking for this, as I'm creating this other program, which will be like super basic beginner, a lot of stuff from my book, for people who are just getting started. And that might be just how far they take their energy work, which is great. fine. But there'll be an opportunity from that to like come on over to the Love and Magic mentoring if you really want to get into it, like really get into it, like the way I do, and find so much more peace and joy in my life. Oh my God. Like, I don't know how people, well, I do know because I used to struggle a lot, like every day, um, and not realizing who I was as a sensitive person. And now that I have tools and a world, a life view that kind of makes room for everything, because if it's happening to me, it's happening for me. And sometimes it's really hard to see what that for me is, but there's always something. And if I'm not seeing it, it means my awareness is not big enough. That's all. So anyway, yeah, so back to, so if you are interested in the Love and Magic mentoring and you'd like to do a free discovery call, I would love to talk to you. You can find me or contact me at my website, energyhealingwithcolleen.com. Or if you have my phone number, feel free to text me. Yeah, I would love to hear from you. And let's see if we should set up a call. Yeah, if I don't think you'd be served by it, well, trust me, I wouldn't want you to do it or spend the time or money to do it. But man, if you're interested in this kind of stuff and you want to get really good at it and start recognizing like what maybe right now is making you a little crazy or you don't see any solution to, and then when you start learning how to look at it energetically and get really good at, ooh, I feel really this or that. What's the energy behind that? Or this keeps happening in my life. Huh, that's interesting. What's the energy behind that? Maybe there's some energy I can clean up. Whether it cleans up the whole thing in your physical world or not, man, it's so valuable to check the energy. And I think you would be shocked. I'm always surprised and it keeps happening. I don't know why I'm still surprised. I'm just always dazzled when I can feel like the world is ending and then check in on the energy behind that and find, oh yeah, it's this past life thing that needs to be cleaned up and take care of it. And then I feel fine again. So anyway, if this sounds like this might be you, send me a message. I would love to talk to you. And yeah, yeah, becoming an energy explorer. Yeah, and being able to handle and keep your cool while it seems like the world is burning. Um, yeah, to me that is priceless. So anyway, but once again, early adopters before it needs to be super neat and shiny, which I don't know if it ever will be. Like, but if you want to be part of the creation of that and learn a shit ton, even if you only work wow. No, only if you work with me for the 3 months, you will be, yeah, you'll be on your way. But yeah, anyway, and the 3 months is just the container I'm going with right now, and there's always room for expansion. But if you are an early adopter, you will benefit greatly. Aw, Shannon said, thanks for all your kind and supportive comments on her Facebook. Oh, well, I just happened to see one while I was holding my coffee today. And man, Shannon, so pretty. And I know you're super smart and a talented chiropractor and all the rest. And I know you're not supposed to focus on a woman's looks, but you look gorgeous. And I'm sorry, us girls like to hear that. So anyway, and speaking of Lizzo, wow, Lizzo looks amazing. Like she's still a big girl. She'll probably always be a big girl. And she fucking looks amazing. Anyway, and like in case you didn't see her on Saturday Night Live. Okay. Now that we've covered all of that, so so I'm thinking about if the earth is a classroom, are you keeping up with your curriculum? Like how good of a student are you in this life thing? And yeah, if learning how to do energy work and start looking at what's going on with you that's causing issues in your life or upset, and if you want to learn how to peel apart the layers of energy that are desperately trying to get your attention, send me a message. I would love to hear from you. And if we're not a match, once again, I'll let you know. Oh, thanks, Shannon. I love you too, and I really appreciate you showing up and being you in the world. Um, okay, so I was starting to talk about this Gay Hendricks upper limiting thing or self-sabotage. So just keep in mind, if you're feeling pretty good about something and then something happens to knock you out of your orbit, consider what might be showing up is some old pattern in you or some paradigm perhaps that was created sometime between you being in the womb and 7 years old in this lifetime. Um, yeah, your barrier, like when you start to succeed, you might start feeling like you're just fundamentally flawed in some way. Like that's just it. Just I'm flawed, so I can't be more successful. Or feeling like if you become more successful, if you move forward and expand, you are showing disloyalty to people in your life, and you might be abandoned. And that shit goes deep. That's tribal shit. That's like, if you're banished from the group, what are you going to do? It's life and death. So, and the third one is feeling like success would be too much of a burden, or just you yourself, you're a burden. Yeah. And then there's mine, which I didn't see coming until I was working on it, with my pendulum, fear of outshining others. And one of the symptoms of if this is your barrier is you have a tendency to turn down your enjoyment with certain people. Yeah, I've had to work through a lot of energy around it's not okay for me to have something if everybody doesn't have it. I'm getting better and better about that. Yeah. So, yeah, I just want everyone to have love and friendship and a warm, safe place to live and sleep and food to eat and expansion. So is that so wrong? Yeah. So, and I came up with a new barrier that showed up when I was working on Dave one day, and it was fear of ending a pattern in your life for some reason. Um, like, like for example, something that shows up is an addiction to worrying. Whew. Yeah, I'm sure no one can relate to that one. Yeah, and it goes on, but we don't need to go into this. But it'll probably be part of well, I'm just incorporating this into my master menu. That's just another thing that can show up. And in the Love and Magic mentoring, we'll be covering a lot of stuff, and I'm going to be learning how to not give too much information because I want you to have it all. So I'm going to have to learn how to calm it down. But my early adopters are going to help me figure that out. And once again, you will be amply compensated for being an early adopter. Okay, so oh my God, I got to hang out with Erica the other day. Of course, she hasn't tuned in, so she won't hear this. Yeah, but Erica and I set up a girls' day. Oh, man, did I need that. Like, as I near 60, I don't know why I'm in any hurry. I just turned 59. But as I edge toward 60, my life is so different. Like we've moved away from a lot of where my friends are in San Diego, so I'm not super close. So that makes it even less easy to just hang out. And plus, as I understand myself more, I need a lot of alone time. I love my alone time. And yeah. And so to actually just hang out with a girlfriend all day was so great. Yeah, it was magical. And she like brought a ton of food. Um, yeah, that was great. And a little bit of this. So that was super fun. And we hung out for like 8 hours, I think. Yeah, it was great. Anyway, so and when she was here, she's like, "Oh, where do the regulars live? Like that come to Magic Mondays." And I was telling her like different places in the country, and she's like, "Oh, I wish we could all hang out." So I just want you to know that's what Erica said, and it was lovely, and I look forward to more girl days. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what I had to say. So, okay, Coop, get ready for your close-up. Oh, wait. One moment. That's so funny. No. Oh, that's not even what I thought I was clicking on, but Shannon said, come to Florida. Oh my gosh, Shannon. Like, I have been to Florida so many times. Yeah. Woo. Yeah, but it'd be worth it to see you. So I trust me, if we come to Florida, I will be looking you up. Well, I won't be looking you up. I'll be calling you. Anyway, and Erica says, "Hey, Colleen, better late than never." Ooh, okay. And then she also says, even though it just says Erica, art is here too. Well, you know what's funny, Erica, about that is that, well, welcome to both of you. And I was in the shower this morning thinking about you, as I always do in the shower, JK, LOL. But, well, as I've mentioned before, Erica is pretty sexy. So, that's not kind of the way I usually go, but Anyway, I was thinking, oh, I think today I'm going to play both of your songs because I have one just for you for whatever reason, Erica, and the one for you and Art. So that being said, let's get to it. Da, da, da. Okay, we'll start with Art and Erica. Here we go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah!
And by the way, Art, so Erica brought so much food, including like a giant baguette, which was demolished. You can't put bread in front of me. And then there was like, it wasn't the biggest one ever, but about that big brie. And I joked around about, oh, we're going to polish this off. Well, one of us really went to town on it. Yeah. One of this, who has two thumbs and went to town on a giant baguette and a thing of brie that part of that was supposed to go back to Art and the very smallest part, like the super smallest part went to Art. Who has two thumbs and did that? This guy. Oh my God. It was on a rampage. Yeah. So anyway, sorry, not sorry, Art, that I ate some of your cheese. I'm sorry, most of your cheese. Okay, and let's also get to Erica. I know I have a song that's just yours, so we're going to it. And just in case Gabby is listening, we're going to play her song too. Okay, so here you go.
Erica, you're such a lovely human. And I'm oh so glad you're here today. Howdy.
Howdy. Okay, and here, this is for you, Gabby, in case you are watching.
Gabri J, Gabri K, Gabrielle is here today. Welcome.
Yep, welcome. Okay, so all right. So I think we've covered some bases here. I have something I wanted to show, but I think I need to make it like into a YouTube video or something. Oh yeah, I realized, okay, I'm going to play it next week because next Monday is my little brother JD's birthday. He has the body piercing jewelry empire, and his robots are the makers. Well, his robots and humans are the makers of the pendulum that Dave and I created several years ago. Anyway, it's just one of my favorite things of my brother's, and I'm going to play that video, which is very quick, play that video next week, so you don't want to miss that. Okay, so that being said, I think it's time to bring Coop on. Let me get ready for your close-up. Okay, here we go. You're going on camera soon. Okay, here we go.
Ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop. Yeah.
Deluxe apartment in the sky.
Hey.
Moving on up. Okay. Hello.
Hey. Happy
Are you-
Monday. I'm okay for Monday morning.
Yeah. You didn't feel it. Well, of course you didn't feel the earthquake.
No.
It doesn't go that far. I don't know how these things work. I'm pretty ignorant. But yeah. Have you ever been on the toilet and felt an earthquake?
Not on the toilet, no. I remember I was at work at the Hotel El Rancho when Loma
Oh,
Prieta hit in 89.
oh, so you were watching the World Series with the rest of us.
They were just
Oh,
getting ready to start. No, I wasn't there. I was getting ready to
the
start my
rest
shift
of
at
us,
the.
like all of us were like me. I'm acting like I was with a giant group of people watching the World Series because we all know what a sports person I am.
What's
But
funny
Brian
was
and Brian and
I just been to the game right before that. I'd been
oh,
to game two. So in
oh wait,
Oakland,
you went to the game in San Francisco?
no, I went. The first two games were in Oakland. That series. My dad had season tickets for the A's, so
Okay.
we went to the first two games. Then yeah, then we were watching on the TV in the bar. Actually, I was at the front desk, and I was started. I thought, like, am I like gonna faint here? What's going on? And then I saw that they had like a bank of phones in the lobby. All the cords on the phones were swinging. That's how I knew it wasn't me.
Yeah, that was a big one. Well, obviously enough to like collapse the bridge.
Yeah, and
Oh my
Feel it in
God.
Davis. That was like 75 miles away.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I haven't been on the toilet though.
Well, I was just like thinking, okay, do I kind of clean myself up or am I like just
Right.
run? Like I chose to clean myself up. Yeah, I just proceeded as usual and then took a shower and it's been fine. But anyway, it's yeah, this is jarring.
Exciting.
Yeah. So anything interesting happening this week or
No, except for since Liberation Day, my weekly views on Marketplace and my sales are down about 40%. Like, boom, all of a sudden, people are just not spending any money. So,
oh wow.
yeah, kind of weird.
Hmm.
A lot of anxiety out there.
Yeah. Wow. Liberation Day. That doesn't mean anything to me. I feel like I've heard it thrown around, but it
Oh
doesn't
no,
mean.
that's what Trump called the day that he imposed all the tariffs.
Oh, okay.
Liberation Day for America. He was going to free us all from being screwed over by the rest of the world.
Yeah.
It
I
was
guess
the war that the United States built for itself, basically, after World War II. And I don't even want to get into that. It's just insane.
I heard all well, Dave and I get a lot of our news from Weekend Update, so that's it.
Yeah, Daily Show helps a lot
Mm,
on Comedy Central. Gives me the news in a way that I can not scream upon hearing it, and it actually is pretty funny. So it really helps a lot. Jon Stewart on Mondays is a godsend.
yeah. Sometimes I remember years ago feeling just really jarred about something, and I was given comfort just knowing that Jon Stewart existed. That Jon Stewart was going through this too.
Yeah,
That helped me.
yeah.
Thanks, Jon Stewart. Okay.
Thank you.
So, I'm trying to think if I have anything else exciting to report. Not really.
Let's do
I
some
don't know if I said this, but I have a couple people who have signed up for my Love and Magic mentorship so far, and I'm doing more
Cool.
discovery calls, so I'm very excited about that. Um, yeah. So, okay. Blah blah blah. Anything else, or should we just get to it?
Magic.
Oh, so and nothing happening on the t-shirt front, I assume.
Oh no. I've been stressed out about. I haven't done any teacher stuff all week. No, I meant to call you, but I never did. So that's kind of where I'm at.
That is quite all right. Okay. So, well, let's go ahead and do some magic for the group and go on with our days. Okay. So, okay, let's start with a little grounding and pick a chakra, any chakra. I'm going to go with my heart, which is the color is green. And close your eyes if you can and play along if you choose. So we're expanding our green heart chakras out, out past the buildings we're in, out past our country, out around the entire world, and continuing on to the corners of the universe. Except, are there any corners? Well, as I said recently, which is so lame, and I kind of made it part of my I'm kidding my fake 5 minute my type 5 that I'm creating. It's like, well, if there are no corners to the universe, which makes it really hard to fold. Anyway, it's so funny. Okay. Yeah.
Like those fitted sheets.
What's that?
Like fitted sheets.
Like feta cheese?
Fitted sheets.
Oh, fitted sheets. Well, yeah. Well, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Yeah. Okay. Now that that's been established. Oh, so I didn't even finish my grounding. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. So we're all expanded out. So let's open our crown chakras, allow the cosmic energy to come on down, tap into Mother Earth, bring up some of her energy, and create an interface between heaven and earth through us. Okay. Da, da, da. So let's put out a call for any stuck souls, aka dead people who just need an exit strategy. So this is for you. For anybody watching live or in the future, this is for you. So first of all, my name is Colleen. Yes, it's safe and appropriate to do some energy work for the group today. Yes. Okay. Do we have any takers? We do. Okay. And Jesus, are you our best escort? Yes. Okay. This is something terrible and we shouldn't do it. No. I just want to make sure I could get a no. So this is safe and appropriate from the light. Yep. Okay. Give us a minute and say goodbye to your little dead friends. Here we go. All right. So have we successfully released any stuck souls for the light? Yep. Yeah. And I know I say it very like da 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 da, but man, when you learn that you might, when you're feeling off, that it might be somebody else's energy that's getting your attention, and you learn how to identify that and take care of it and send them on their way, and not just try to stay away from that kind of stuff. Yeah. Anyway, super awesome, and I totally get it. It's not for everybody. Yeah, but if you have any kind of resonance or like curiosity about that, whew, I dare you. Anyway, okay. So is there something energetic to do for the group today? Yep. This is on my master menu. Yep. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10, 10. Okay. So 10 is the ever popular atrophied or frozen emotions. Okay. Give me 1 second. One moment. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So this is a frozen emotion, frozen negative emotion. Okay, that is a big old yes. Okay, sorry. So this frozen negative emotion for the group is in column A, column B. Yes, in an odd numbered row. Yeah. In row 1. In row 3, 5. Okay. Row 1, frustration. Yeah, frustration. I know nobody can relate to that. Yeah. So, okay. So, so we have frozen energy of frustration. Yes. Okay. So I wish StreamYard gave me more options about this whole name thing, but whatever. That is not your concern. Okay. So this frozen energy of frustration for the group is ready and willing, and it's safe and appropriate to be released. Yes. This is safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? Okay. So we're going to release that, or we're going to disrupt that pattern with a bypass circuitry. So this bypass circuitry is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3, 3. Okay. This one resonates as symbiotic frequency. These are the words my guides give me. So these are pattern disruptors handled by Gaia, Mother Earth. So Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation? Are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of frustration for the group. Yes. Okay. Let me just. I feel like there's some kind of feedback or something, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. On occasion, I watch these back a little bit and like, what the fuck? So anyway, so I'm so sorry if you watch this, especially later, and it sounds shitty, but look who you're working with. So, okay. All right. All right, so I'm going to say it again. So, Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of frustration for the group, watching live and in the future? Yep. Once again, safe and appropriate from the light. Are we ready? We are. So let's give Gaia a moment to disrupt this pattern of frustration. Okay. So, Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of frustration for the group, watching live or in the future? Yep. Okay. A fabulous disappearing.
So I muted myself in case I was the feedback part.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I wasn't thinking it was you, but yeah. Anyway, sorry. Didn't mean to. Yeah. So, is there something else energetic to do for the group today? Yeah. And thank you, Gaia. So, this is on my master menu. Yes. Okay, I guess I could move my chair. Okay. So, is there anything else energetic to do for the group today? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Again, I say yes. This is on a monkey. No. Okay, good. This is in an odd numbered row. No. In an even numbered row? Yeah. Okay, this is in row 2. Uh-huh. Row 4? Oh. Okay, so that's taking us to another emotion, but this one is just a regular old trapped negative emotion. So this trapped negative emotion is in column A. Column B, yes. In an odd numbered row? Yes. In row 1? Yes. In row 2, 3? Okay. All right, well, so we're being led to the same place, it looks like. So this is in column B, row 1. Okay. Frustration. So just another flavor of frustration. And I think it's really interesting because I think on my master menu, because they've just come up organically over the years, is I think I have like 5 flavors of emotions that can show up. And they're persecutorial, like from persecution, repressed emotions. That's interesting. The atrophied and frozen, and then there's also toxic emotions. They all have, like, I'm always looking just for the right resonance, like the words that resonate. So, yeah, so I just think it's really interesting that this is yet another resonance or flavor of frustration that some of us, if not all of us, are holding. So that being said, okay, so is there anything else we need to understand or bring light to regarding this trapped energy of frustration for those of us who need it? Nope. Okay, it's safe and appropriate to go ahead and clear it. Yep. Is there something specific we should replace it with? Yeah. You know, I usually just freestyle it, and I will, but let's see what's coming up, like for something specific. So this is on my positive chart. Yep. Positive chart. This is in column A in an odd numbered row. No, in row 2, 4, 6. Yes. Okay. Success. Okay. So we're going to substitute, or we'll get there. Okay. Success is our word. Any other words we need to be aware of? Nope. Okay, so it's safe and appropriate from the light to go ahead. Safe and appropriate from the light to go ahead and release this trapped negative emotional energy of frustration for those of us who need it, watching live or in the future. Yep. Are we ready? We are. Okay, so here we go. So we're sending all of that energy, that vibration, that frequency, this particular flavored resonance of frustration, we're sending that to the light. And in its place, wherever we're holding it, we're filling it with, first of all, we're filling it with success. success on all levels. We're also filling us up with peace, calm, and serenity, safety, security, stability, and a heaping helping of love. Okay. Well, let's throw some clarity and certainty in there too. Okay. So have we successfully cleared this trapped negative energy of frustration? Yes. Okay. Any other flavors of frustration that are showing up? Thought I'd throw it out there and I get a yes. Okay. Let's see what shows up. Okay. So there's more frustration here. Okay. This is another trapped emotion. No. Persecutorial. No. Repressed. Repressed. Okay. Man, I don't know if I said it last week or not, but I found what resonated as my mom's repressed anger or rage in my mid back from when I was a kid. And my mid back has been a lifelong issue for me, and it's been feeling so much better. So, just saying, and that's not. Anytime I mention my mom, you know, well, we all have mothers, we all have our relationships. We all know that I've kind of broken up with mine. I mean, the door's still open, but you know, we're just not what we used to be, and we never will be. But yeah. But what I share really is purely for the benefit of anybody that can relate, and I think most, if not all, parents do their best with what they have to work with. And that includes, you know, people who did shitty things, and no one gives you a manual for this shit. So, you know, whatever. But man, my mom has said that if she ever took a self-defense class, she's afraid her anger, if she let it out, it would never stop. Like, okay. And so that's what showed up in me. And I found that fascinating. So if you're doing any kind of this work, you might want to put it on your master menu, the category of repressed emotions. Anyway, so we're looking at a repressed emotion for the group. Okay, a repressed frustration. Yep. Okay. So if I was doing this for anybody specifically, like myself, or for a client, I would, you know, look into the details of like, when was this put in place? With a group, it's not quite that easy. Yeah, so let's just see if there's anything we do need to shine light on in order to resolve this repressed energy of frustration. So anything else we need to shine light on around this in order to clean this up or resolve it for the group? Nope. Okay, so it's safe and appropriate to resolve this repressed energy of frustration for us. Yes. Okay, so with these, I do it however I'm led. So our energetic opening for healing this is on my master menu. Yeah. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. This is in row 1. Yes. In row 3. No. Okay, so that's taking me to a negative portal. So a negative portal is, at least in part, what we're going to do to clean this up. So this is a dimensional spiral portal. No, this is what I playfully call a seal 'em up. Yep. Okay, those are easy. I do them. Okay, this is in column A, column B. Yes, in an odd numbered row. Okay. Damn it. So it's when I'm talking that I hear the feedback. So, like, I'm wondering if my phone is somehow involved. And, oh. Okay. I never turn off my phone. So maybe if my phone is off, does that help? Maybe. Okay. Well, thank you. And sorry for anybody who's had to endure that. No, there's still something. Oh! Okay, but back to the portal. Okay, so we're going to do this again. So this is seal 'em up negative portal. Yes. This is in column A. No. This is in column B. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1, 3. Oh, what is that? Okay, well, I'm sorry. So it's a chakra negative portal.
Let me try again.
Okay. All right. So feedback. I'm not hearing it right now. So thank you. Okay. All right, so the chakra negative portal is ready to be sealed up for the group, for whoever needs it watching live or in the future. Yes, this is safe and appropriate from the light. Yep, are we ready? We are. Here we go. Say goodbye to your portal to Shittsville, USA. Here we go. All right, have we successfully sealed up this negative chakra portal? Yep, okay, cool. So, all right, so is there something else we need to do to resolve this repressed energy of frustration for the group? No. So that's been resolved. Okay, so, well, since I asked it, let's ask again. Is there yet another flavor of frustration that wants to? Okay, okay. I've bragged about my 5 flavors. So, okay, so just to recap, can you hear all the sirens? Yeah, so we've done frozen energy of frustration. We've done repressed. Oh, and just a regular old trapped emotion of frustration. So let's see. So there's yet another resonance of frustration. And I have the door open too. So, and we live on a busy street. So, okay, we live on top of a hill off of a busy street. So there. Okay. All right. So this is there's an atrophied energy here. No. This is a persecutorial. No. This is a toxic emotion of frustration. Yeah. Okay. Toxic frustration. Okay. So with this is what I get for the resonance of toxic emotion. It's like, okay. And this has only shown up for me so far, I think. Yeah, but what I have written down here is when this shows up, it's an inwardly directed thing. So this is showing up as frustration. So the way I kind of take that and what I suggest as we're cleaning it up is, where might you be frustrated? Yeah, sure. You're frustrated with, Trump, that's the easy one, and all those bozos, and things happening in the world, and our lives, and blah blah blah. But so look inward. This is an inward thing. And how are you directing, and like, what frustration might you need to bring to light that you have with yourself? Bring kind of into your awareness. So whether you do anything with it or not, to resolve it, other than this, just think about, I'm just going to stop for a moment and consider, for myself included, and that'll be the healing, is like, I'll do some work while we're all doing this. And that includes anybody watching live or not watching in the future. Go ahead, close your eyes and consider, you can use your brain or just use your body just to see what information you get. If you get nothing, thanks for playing. Doesn't mean nothing's happening. Just be open to, where might I be frustrated with me? And if you find something that you're frustrated with in yourself, that gives you something. If you're involved, like, you're the only one who can do anything about you. And if we just all clean up our own stuff, it seriously, it cleans off your windshield of perception, and you feel better, and you can be more in your personal power and not just be a walking fucking trigger. So anywho, so let's take a moment, and so are we ready to consider where we are holding frustration in ourselves? Yes. Okay. And this is what I have written down, is feel into times of this in your life as you release it. So you might want to just, you don't have to do anything, but for me, I like a good visual. So you might want to just picture, like, oh, whatever you're frustrated about, like, just kind of feel that frustration, and you're just release it to Gaia. Give it to Gaia. Give it to God. Give it to the power that breathes you. It's all the same. So, just consider the possibility of that releasing something in you, and maybe it'll click something in you of like, maybe this is something I can pay more attention to and shift something where I'm less frustrated with myself. Yeah. Okay. So are we ready to go ahead and release this now? Okay, here we go. Okay. So a few good juicy ones came up for me, and feel free to continue this on your own. Yeah, I've got weird reflections on my glasses, but we've come this far. Okay, these are my computer glasses, so they're weird. Okay, yeah, and we got them because they're my writer's glasses. Okay, yeah. All right, so have we successfully cleaned up this toxic emotion of frustration? Yep. Okay. Any other resonance showing up? No. So I think we hit 4 flavors or so. So cool. All right. So are we complete for today with some energy work? Yes. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. I can't believe an hour has passed. This is yeah. But I know that things are cool. Like I'm in my I've heard it called Einstein time, when time goes like that. And then other times it's like, this show is an hour and we're only 10 minutes in. I thought it was over already. Isn't it time for it to be over? Anyway, and if you're watching this and thinking that about my show, how dare you? How dare you? Anyway, so, Coop, any parting words for the week?
Gratitude. That's maybe my theme for about a month now, I guess. Gratitude.
Yeah, that's great. That is wonderful.
It's the yes to it all, the good and the bad. Yes.
Yeah, it's all part of your curriculum. So learn what you need to learn and graduate and move on to, more grad school. Anyway, yeah, be a professional student and be interested in what life is showing you, because it's all for you. Anyway, I love you all. I am so grateful for you. If you have any interest in this Love and Magic mentorship thing, send me a message and let's talk about it. Seriously, there's no charge for it and there is zero pressure. Yeah, the only pressure you'll probably feel is like, ooh, should I do this? Anyway, so I hope to see you next week. Have a fabulous week. And next week, you'll be dazzled by this video my brother made many years ago. Okay, so I love you. Thank you, Coop, for being here. And please enjoy my outro song, which is my intro song, Care of Arctica Productions. Bye.
Bye, buddy. Thanks for being.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with